Hi guys, it's the latest news TV. Nigeria as a crossroad. Tinubu administration, insecurity, economic reforms, food prices, cholera concerns, and the road to 2027. As Nigeria approaches the second half of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first term, the country finds itself navigating a complex maze of economic transformation, persistent security challenges, public health concerns, and growing political maneuvering ahead of the 2027 general elections. The administration insists that default reforms are beginning to produce results, while many Nigerians continue to grapple with rising living costs, kidnapping, and uncertainty about the future. Since assuming office in May 2023, President Tinubu has implemented some of the most far-reaching economic reforms in Nigeria's recent history. The administration removed the long-standing fuel subsidy, unified foreign exchange markets, pursued tax reforms, and introduced measures aimed at improving government revenue and attracting foreign investment. Government officials argue that these policies have helped stabilize public finances, improve investor confidence, boost domestic refinery capacity, and increase infrastructure investment across the country. Major road projects, including sections of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and other federal highways, remain flagship projects of the administration. However, the reforms have also triggered severe economic hardship for many households. The removal of fuel subsidy and currency devaluation led to higher transportation costs, increased inflation, and a sharp rise in the price of essential goods. Food prices, rent, electricity costs, and household expenses have surged, squeezing both low-income and middle-class Nigerians. Despite official claims that economic indicators are improving, many citizens say the benefits of the reforms have yet to reach ordinary Nigerians. Critics argue that economic growth figures and investment statistics have not translated into meaningful improvement in daily living conditions. My people, this one another big problem for Nigeria of food inflation. The rising cost of rice, beans, maize, cooking gas, most especially this gas of 18 so, and other staples has significantly reduced household purchasing power. Many families now spend a large proportion of their income on food than at any time in recent years. The federal government has introduced agricultural intervention and food security initiatives aimed at increasing local production and reducing dependency on imports. Officials maintain that these measures will gradually lower food prices and strengthen national food security. Nevertheless, market surveys across major cities indicate that many Nigerians continue to face substantial challenges in affording basic food items, with inflation remaining a major source of public frustrations. While the government highlights ongoing military cooperation against criminal groups, insecurity remains a dominant national concern. Cases of kidnapping, banditry, and attack on communities continue to generate widespread anxiety. Several high-profile abductions and attacks in different regions of the country have raised questions about the effectiveness of security strategies. Communities in parts of the Northwest, North Central, and other regions continue to report incidents involving armed groups. The administration says security agencies have intensified cooperation and recorded significant success against criminal networks. However, many Nigerians judge security not by official reports, but by whether they feel safer in their daily lives. Public perception remains mixed as kidnapping continues to make headlines. Nigeria healthcare sector continue to face significant pressure from infection diseases, outbreak and inadequate healthcare infrastructures. Health authorities have maintained surveillance and response efforts against cholera outbreaks in vulnerable communities, particularly where access to clean water and sanitation remains limited. Public health experts continue to emphasize the importance of improved sanitation systems, public awareness campaigns, and investment in primary healthcare facilities to prevent further outbreak and strengthen disease response capabilities. The government has also stressed the need for increased healthcare funding as part of broader efforts to improve living standards and public welfare nationwide. Political activity is already intensifying as preparation begin from the 2027 general elections. Currently scheduled for January 2027, President Tinubu has secured support within the ruling party and is widely expected to seek a second term. The ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) argues that the reforms currently being implemented require continuity and that the economic sacrifice being made today will produce long-term prosperity. Party leaders have repeatedly urged Nigerians to remain patient as the reforms mature. Meanwhile, opposition forces are reorganizing and exploring alliances aimed at challenging the ruling party in the 2027. Political analysts accept issues such as inflation, food prices, unemployment, insecurity, healthcare, and governance to dominate campaign debate over the coming months. Nigeria has entered a crucial period in the democratic journey. The Tinubu administration insists that its reforms are laying the foundation for sustainable economic growth and national development. Supporters point to improving macroeconomic indicators, infrastructure projects, and renewed investor confidence as evidence that the country is moving in the right direction. Yet, for millions of Nigerians facing rising food prices, insecurity, and economic hardship, the ultimate test will be whether these reforms deliver tangible improvements before voters return to the polls in 2027. As political campaigns begin to take shape, the government's handling of the economic, security, healthcare, and cost of living challenges is likely to determine the mood of the electorate and the future direction of Africa's most populous nation. Thanks for listening. Don't forget always to update by subscribing, liking, and sharing.